Well, one of the things that God tells us in the Bible is how to follow people that have walked the road before us. He especially says a lot to young women about watching older women. He exhorts older women to teach younger women. And there are a number of ways to learn if you want a good role model. You can sit at their feet and listen, or you can watch their life. And I want to take a couple minutes today and tell you two things I've learned from watching my wife, Marcia, about how to be a person who really serves others, who really makes a difference in people's lives. It's easy to say, I want to be a good mom. I want to be a good grandmother. I want to be a good wife. I want to be a good sister in Christ. I want to be a good friend. But how do you do those things? Well, two things I learned from watching my wife, and I'd suggest them to you as a way for younger women, especially, to learn from older women. And tell you the truth, it's a good way for me to learn too. One is show up, be there. She shows up at a lot of things. She goes to showers, but she shows up at grandkids' ball games, and we go to state gymnastics meets, and we go to band concerts, and we show up at the fundraiser for our daughter-in-law's pregnancy center work. And boy, she shows up for everything. Now, that makes for a lot of late night drives and long hours. And man, sometimes it's just a lot to cram into one day, but she does it. She shows up for people. And you know what I've learned from watching her? People notice. She shows up at funerals. People notice who comes. It makes a difference because it shows you care. So one thing you do is show up. Second thing you do is you do things for people. She takes people to the doctor's office. She goes to the hospital and sees people. She cooks for people. She makes things. She periodically just takes old bananas, makes banana bread, and then we distribute them out to friends and neighbors and older people who need somebody to smile on them. She does things like show up at 85-year-old birthday parties to sing happy birthday. She just does for people. You know, it's pretty easy to talk about what we ought to do as Christians. It's even pretty easy to say we want to do things. But one of the things that's helpful to everybody is find somebody who does what you wish you would do. And then find out the secret. And for my wife, Marcia, I'm going to tell you the secret. Show up, do something. And I will even tell you this. She doesn't call and say, is there anything I can do? She phrases her calls this way. Are you home? I'm bringing by banana bread. Do you still have the doctor appointment Friday? I'm picking you up at 9:45. She just tells people she doesn't call and say, do you need a meal? She calls and says, I'm bringing a meal Wednesday, or would Friday night be better? That's how she does her things. And people respond to that. So show up and do something. And you'll begin to really learn what it means to love your neighbor as yourself. So this is Steve Ridgell being thankful that I've got a wife who shows me how to be what a Christian should be.